Right here in the second row.
Hi, Kia. I was just curious. Syracuse has 4 of the 5 stars back from last year's championship game. You lost a lot, but you also have a lot of players back. Can you look at last year's game and get much from that because there are a lot of similarities in teams? Or is it completely start from scratch, on the drawing boards, start completely over last year's strategies, and that's doesn't matter at all?
I mean, I think you can obviously look at last year's game and see the strengths and the weaknesses there, but obviously every single year is a different year for every team. And I think your strengths become different, your personnel is different, your philosophies are similar, but sometimes they change a little bit along the lines based on who you have. And I think now, kind of starting from scratch, looking at what they have now, how they've done this season, and trying to use that to the best of our advantage.
How has UConn evolved in your mind from last year's championship team to now in the West?
Obviously, we have a different personnel. I think we've done a great job of stepping up this year, and everybody's roles have, changed in their own sense. And I think people have definitely stepped into those roles and made positive impacts. And I think we still have the same kind of expectations held for ourselves. Coach still holds us to the same expectations, and maintaining and working and focusing on what we need to do to be successful.
Roger.
Can you just talk about the challenges that their guards present for you guys?
Yeah, obviously their guards are very good players. They can knock down the three. They're quick. They're smart. So it's going to be a big team defense emphasis tomorrow, making sure that we maintain, keep them in front, and try and limit as many shots as we can.
Down here.
Sanaya, how do you feel about tomorrow night being your last game at Miller?
It's very bittersweet, I'm just happy, with the group of girls that this year we have, and it's just, it's pretty sad. It's my final. So sad, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
Pat.
Kia, can you just talk about the emphasis on defense tomorrow? Is that the focus of the guards going into that you're not that worried about your own scoring, but you're more worried about Sykes and shutting her down, or what is your mindset in terms of defensively of the guards going into?
Well, I think obviously for us, a lot of our offense stems out of our defense, and everything kind of has to start on that side of the floor. So obviously, if we can keep high energy, try and limit obviously touches and shots, and try and get some steals, get out in transition, that's where we are at an advantage.
Go ahead, Roger.
In that regard, Kia, is conditioning vital tomorrow? Because you guys may have to play a lot of minutes. The bench isn't that deep, and they're going to want to play at a high pace. You want to go back and forth defensively. How big is conditioning?
Yeah, obviously conditioning is going to play a huge role in tomorrow and in every game that we play, and I think we do a great job throughout the year within our practices, understanding that we have to get up and down the court. That's the way we like to play. So maintaining that and kind of staying with what we've done all year long.
Anything else for the student athletes at this time? Okay, right here.
Is it strange to face them in this round after playing them in the championship game last year?
I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, it was a great game last year to play in, and now you're following the journey that is this year, and then the next team that's in front of us. So focusing on practice today, and then what we have to do to be successful tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Tonight, the Syracuse guards, Peterson and Sykes, mostly joking, or in a joking sense, sometimes serious, usually put themselves as the best backcourt in the country. Now, when they say it, it's not necessarily boast away, but they express some confidence generally in themselves. You're a very proud team, especially a proud defensive team. You played a lot of great backcourts, a lot of great teams. When you hear teams, opponents, express something like that, does that fire you up even more to kind of, well, we're pretty good too, and we're going to try and shut you down?
Yeah, it does. It basically just gives us a chip on the shoulder. We're gonna go out, work really hard, and basically we'll prove it on the court.
Are you aware that, I don't know what's going on, are you aware that of the numbers and how successful they've been and how confident they've been during the year?
We are. We've been scouting them, and then we're just gonna take away what they do best, and we'll go from there.
Can you give me insight as how you're going to take away what they do best and go from there?
Well, like Kia said before, we're just gonna
Here.
limit their
That's the scouting
touches.
report right
We're gonna limit their touches as much as possible, and just take away what they do best, like it.
Anything else for the student athletes? Go ahead.
Sanaya,
I would say probably when you first come in, we go down a few steps, and it's basically just pictures on the wall, just like the whole history, and it's pretty amazing just to walk down in and out and just seeing that